That side with Diesel get my mind right. It's crazy, my own homies hating, cause I'm almost in that limelight. Growing up not having shit made me grind.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy King Ted back with another one. Shout out my boy Brando. He actually requested this in the comments. It says skateboarders unbelievable. Let me go ahead and get started because this mug is 14 minutes. My bad. Skateboarders unbelievable survival story. I guess he's a skateboarder, of course, because it says skateboarder. I remember I used to skateboard all the time.
Ross Capicchhioni.
Stopped skateboarding after I was at the house on the back. I ain't gonna lie, we had a deck. We had a little deck on the back of our house. That mug was cold too. I was out there skateboarding. Don't ask me why I was skateboarding on the deck. I have no idea. And like, I wanted to grind so bad. I never could do the kick flips or ollies and stuff like that. I could just like do the manuals and stuff like that. So I had laid down like a little pile of wood. I know y'all like, bro, play the video. And I like set my skateboard on there and I tried to run and jump on it. Bro, I fell on my back, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that was the last day I skateboarded.
Michigan.
I went to the skate park and all that though. I had a helmet. Well, I ain't mess with the helmet, but you know, your mom, make sure you wear a helmet. I went to skate park and all that, bro. I was trying to be a skateboarder for real.
You know, 17-year-old.
All right, let's get to it. My fault.
Doing my thing, skating, hanging out.
Yeah, I couldn't do none of this type of stuff.
Kid supposedly was supposed to be my friend, and I knew this kid for 10 years prior before this day. He asked me, hey, can you give me a ride to my
Also, if y'all got some more videos that y'all want to react to like this, I would love to do them. Put them down below.
cousin's house, you know, down in the D. All right, yeah, well, like, what part? Like the west side or the east side? And he's like, the east side. And I was like, nah, man, I don't got no business on the east side, you know? He's like, no, it's cool, man. Like the east side, that's like 7 Mile, like, it's like a third world country. The police, they won't stop and get out the car. They won't pull you over. If there's gunshots, they'll wait till everything's clear and they'll come pick your body up off the street and that's it. He's like, please, man, please. I'm like, no. So like a week goes by, you know, I'm still telling him no, like, because I had a feeling like, don't go down there. Kept asking me, I'll give you 30 bucks for gas, all this shit. I'm like, all right, whatever, you know, you're my friend. I'll take you down there.
Be like
that. I go to school that day.
Wow, I was 7 years old,
I get
bro.
out, and everything seems normal. We go to the gas station, he gives me the money for gas. We drive down there. So I get off and it's just like, I get that eerie feeling like you're in a bad spot. But it's like broad daylight out, beautiful day like that today. And we're driving and
never. Your instincts, trust your instincts, bro. I'm telling y'all, you'd be surprised.
And you know, there's people outside and he's like,
I've never heard of it before though.
There. So he's like, you know, pull around back in the back.
Hell
like
no.
When I turned the corner to go right, like I seen it was like caution, like do not enter and all this shit, but I still, you know, because I knew him for so long, I just thought,
he wasn't thinking about it. He wasn't thinking about it, bro. He wasn't thinking about it.
Like a grass area, my vehicle, and then houses right there. So it was like, nah, I wasn't in the middle of nowhere or anything. And like I get out, and he gets out, and like, it's only a couple seconds, I'm looking around. My ears are ringing, I'm like, man, that was close. And I kind of just glanced down, and
it was
my arm's just hanging off like a zombie. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, yeah, this is, you know, it's not real. And I kind of shake it off and look again, and it's just hanging off my arm. And I'm like, okay, then it kicks in, like blood, like flowing, like an animal. And then I look up, and this kid's just holding a shotgun, like 10 feet away from me, just holding it right at me. And I asked him, I said, like, did you shoot me? And he just...
What the fuck? Oh, excuse my language, bro. What? This sound like that one story I had seen on YouTube a long time ago. It was like a rapper though, but it was like a music video.
Hole in my chest like this big.
Literally the same exact type of stuff.
I dropped to my knees. I lost all my air. I couldn't see. I remember like being on my on my hands and knees, and I felt the barrel of the gun on my head. I felt this barrel just shaking still on my head, and so I smacked it away. But there was a shotgun, so it sprayed. So it still like hit me in the head really good, but it didn't blow my head off like a watermelon just to pieces. So after that, I got a little sight and I was like, okay, I'm still moving. Like I don't know what's going on with my head, but I know I'm alive. And I remember I looked up and he was just staring at me, and he took the butt of the gun and like smashed me in the face with it. Knocks my teeth out. Like I fall back, but I could still see at this point, and I don't understand like how I can see because I have so much damage to like my lung and heart. I felt like these hands like in my pocket digging for my car keys. Like, when he's trying to grab my keys, like I ended up on my stomach. And I look up and I see my Jeep Commander driving away, just driving away, flying away. And I said, okay, well, either I stay laid down in this spot right here and die, or I try to get up. So I try to push myself up, but like take my left arm, take it right out. So gunshot to the chest, bigger than a soup bowl, and then my head all mashed up. And I'm trying to push myself off the ground. Kept trying, and I'm like, all right, you know what? One more. I'm gonna try it one more time. And I pushed up, and then out of nowhere, I felt these arms from underneath me pick me up. And I remember like swinging, trying to grab someone, and there was no one around. And I was just like standing up still, like a drunk, zombie, just like. And I got this like a shove, like someone shoved me from behind to go forward. I must have got about 7, 8 feet.
What the
I
hell?
just fell straight down. Because I remember I hit the ground like on my stomach. I'm like, all right, well, I went as far as I could. This shit's hurting like too much. Like, let me just close my eyes and start relaxing. And sure enough, I closed my eyes and all the pain started going away. And then I'd wake up real fast and be like, this is not right. I just got shot 30 seconds ago. How's the pain
What the
stopping?
freak?
And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, go back to sleep. That's a good feeling when you're sleeping. So.
The live sports.
Come on with this, man.
Love for less.
Bro, what is this? Is wild. What the freak? I'm thinking he finna say he got into a skateboarding accident, you know what I'm saying, and he thought his career was gonna be over, and he came back and, you know what I'm saying, accomplished everything he needs to do. But this is something totally different, bro. This is wild.
A little bit, and then I'd be like dying, and then I'd wake myself up like my own voice, third person. And, hey,
Oh,
man,
wow.
get up,
Get
man,
up.
you're
That's
dying.
crazy.
And then, like, I did that, and then I heard, hey, hey, and I like started hearing this guy, and he's like running over to me. So when I fell, there was like a probation officer at a stoplight, and he seen me fall out of the woods, like all bloody broad daylight. And then I felt his hand on my back, like, hey man, you're fine, don't close your eyes, you know, come on, the ambulance is coming, they're coming. And I'm like, man, like I just want to sleep, leave me alone, man. But then in my head, I'm like, no, you don't, because if you fall asleep, you're sleeping
gonna die.
forever.
Yep.
And I remember
That's
like
wild.
getting on the stretcher, and they're putting me in the stretcher, and just like the facial expression of the paramedic was just a stunned look on his face, but in the same time telling me I looked great. I looked beautiful, like you're gonna be fine. And then it just like blacked out, and I went to like I was outside of the ambulance on my skateboard, filming it, like rolling telephoto filming of the ambulance, and the doors open, everyone's panicking, and I see my legs coming out, and like once it gets to my head, blacked out. I was pronounced dead on arrival right there. John Doe had nothing on me. They said, you know, Doc, this kid's, you know, gone, and Doc said, no. You know, I'm here, let me try. Like when I was pronounced dead on arrival, like throw him in the body bag, he's dead. Like the doctor said no, like, you know, I'm gonna try to help him. This man doesn't know who I am. He could have said, yeah, he's dead, all right, I'm going back home. He said no, like I feel something, I'm gonna try. Did the heart surgery, gave me 24 hours to, you know, see if I was still breathing on the ventilator. After 24 hours, I was still alive. They fixed my arm and my head, and I woke up 3 days later. I remember like waking up and it was still all white, like white everywhere, and I'm like, dead. I'm 17, I'm dead. And then it starts to like come in, and it's like I see curtains, like a freaking oxygen tank, and I'm like starting. And then out of nowhere, bam, perfect vision again. I'm in a hospital. And then I'm like tied down to the bed because I got the breathing tube in me. I got this thing pumping air into my lungs, so I start freaking out. There was a nurse there the whole time though. I didn't even notice her because I was all tied down, and I just hear screaming like, he's awake, he's awake. And I see her like running out of the room, and then like running back, like 3 more nurses and the doctor, just this woman just coming around the corner, flying, like throws her clipboard in the air, runs up to me, oh my God, you look beautiful. Like, and in my head I'm like, what do you mean? I look beautiful. I can't even, what's going on? Like, am I tied down? And then she's like, all right, 1, 2, and like on 2, she pulled that thing out of my throat, man. I got to breathe again, like real air, like, you know, of course I coughed up a ball of tar and BBs, but everyone was just looking at me like, you're alive. Like, you're breathing on your own right now. Like, what's your name? I don't know.
Crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
What? Who's the president? Huh? Is there any way we could contact anyone you know with a phone number? I was like, 2-7. Out of anything, my name, anything, the year, only thing I remembered after that was my father's phone number. For 3 days, my family didn't know. My father was outside, like, spraying out the garage, and he got the phone call from the hospital saying, I think
How you don't know where your son at for 3 days? My mom I'm grown. I'm pretty much grown. My mom still be calling me almost all the time, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where you at? You at home? For real. Hey, this is wild though, bro. Like, this is really crazy. Like, it kind of makes you think, like, how our bodies really react. You know how somebody or himself was telling him go to sleep, because people really be saying they body, stuff be telling them that when they get hurt real bad like that, you know what I'm saying, as far as like finna die past, you know what I'm saying, and then I don't know, this is wild.
Shot, but he's alive. So I don't know how my parents had it. I don't know how that feels. Like, you're a father.
Yeah.
I don't know. It chokes me up because, like, it's crazy, but.
Yeah, because I couldn't even imagine my mom.
Come in and my dad, and I'm looking at him. I was like, Mom, you can't get mad at me right now. She's like, mad? You're alive. You're alive.
My mom wouldn't know what to do if they called her and say, I got shot, man.
They were like, all right, get up, start walking. Like, let's go. I'm like, let's go where? He's like, you're going home tomorrow. I'm like, it's been 5 days. He's like, dude, you're going home. What do you want to live in a hospital? You want to go live your life again? I'm like, sir, I got a hole in my chest the size of a teacup. He's like, listen, Ross, I gave you a tip of advice. You live through this, you're gonna be okay. Just go home, live your life, don't hang out with these kids anymore. After 5 days, they sent me home.
This is wild,
So, like,
bro.
I'm shot, My parents are asking me questions. My dad's asking me, what are we gonna do about it? And I'm like telling him, like, Dad, I know who did it, The next day, like, out of a movie, like, these men in suits came in, and my dad's like, yeah, can I help you? And they pull out their, badges and FBI, They say the kid's name. And I'm like, yeah, I know him, that's who shot me. He's like, oh, could you identify him through a picture? I was like, of course. Pull out a picture of the kid. I said, that's him right there. He said, Ross, we have him in custody. I said, how? I just woke up like 2 days ago. I just learned how my name again, like how to talk. He's like, the day blank shot you, he called blank and told him. So this kid shoots me and calls his buddy and says, hey, I shot Ross, he's dead. The kid's like, no, you didn't, you're lying. Because imagine another 15-year-old kid saying to a 15-year-old kid, So after they hang up, the kid he told calls the police on him. And he was met by...
Bro, what is going on? He felt like, you know what? I think I see. All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
Right at his front yard.
I see what's going on.
And like, all I had to do was go to court and testify against him. I went in there, man, in a wheelchair, head still stapled, no teeth, 105 pounds because of all the blood I lost, arm cast, and I sat in front of 40 of his family and him, and he couldn't look me in the eye. He had his head down the whole time, and I had to tell my story like this to everyone. That was the first one. I had to go back to final sentencing, and that's when I was healed. Like, so I walked back in the courtroom the second time. He comes out in a purple suit, top hat, cane, and sunglasses. This is the kid who shot me at court, smiling. While his family cheers him on, says, like, way to shoot Ross, called me a coward because I was taking the justice route. Like, I didn't lower myself to his standards and go try to kill him. I spoke, and the judge, like, looked at this kid and said, said his name, and he said, yo, Ross, thank you. And the kid just looked at the judge like, what do you mean? He's like, because if you would have killed Ross that day, you would have got life in prison. But since Ross was a warrior and survived, you get a second chance, and he just slammed the gavel on him. He said, go have fun in prison for 35 years. Well, I found out that the cause of the shooting was because he had to join a gang.
I knew it. I was just going to tell y'all that. I was just going to wait till the end and say that. He did that because he felt like he needed that street cred. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's crazy, dog, because I'm like, what is going on? That's why when he called him, he's like, oh, yeah, bro, I just did it. And the dude said, did you tripping? No, so we'll just, come on, bro, y'all 15. Man, hey, shout out Ross though, and no cap, what the judge said, thank you, because you would have got life. I ain't gonna lie, that kid still probably need life though, because for him to feel like that's something he can do, his mind already not on the right track. It's already messed up. I know he's 15, but bro, y'all can't. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's out right now. The guy's out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see if he says anything at the end.
His initiation was kill a random person.
Kill a random person.
He had to pick someone, so he just thought
wild.
The guy.
The easiest one to kill.
Yeah, that happened in 2007. In about 4 years. I'm telling you, the first two were the hardest. It gets hard. Like,
wait, I just said he was out. I'm tripping. Why did I just say the dude is out? He just said he got 30-something years, right? I'm tweaking.
Like waking up and knowing like someone tried to like shoot you down. And you gotta get through that every day. Like seeing people. Like I get on a bus, public bus, I'm freaking out the whole time. Like I don't trust anyone on the bus. For a while, my mother had to like take care of me as like how you do an infant, like washing, changing, feeding.
That's embarrassing,
like,
bro.
I'm 17 years old and I got my mom bathing.
Exactly, that's embarrassing. See, I ain't gonna lie.
I can't talk.
That's embarrassing, bro.
Sweet. And my dad and mom were like, Ross, like, come on, like the doctors say, like, give it time. And then
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Brando for that one, bro, because that's a crazy story, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That came out in 2020, so 2 years ago. He did explain that story really good, man. I love that. That was good, bro. It's sad that that's the way he did it. It makes me wonder what the kid looked like that actually did it to him. Definitely a warrior, man. Definitely blessed, man. Definitely God was by his side that day. You know, in his mind, by his side. Everything, man, like from, telling him, no, don't go back to sleep, don't go back to sleep. The pushing, he was getting pushed. He felt like somebody was pushing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff is so wild to me. And just the fact that a kid, 15 years old, wanted to be in a gang so bad, and they told him, and they probably, them people that told him to do that was probably the same age as him, and they probably haven't even done it. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have told him, like, you need to kill a random person. And he went through all the measurements to do that too. Shotgun. I'm just sitting here my mind is everywhere right now because that's crazy. If anybody knows the kid that did the shooting, or I guess the man, because he's a grown man now. If anybody knows the grown man that did the shooting, can y'all please put his name down in the comments so I can type him up and look him up? I want to see what he looks like and see like if he's see what's going on with him and stuff like that, man, because this is crazy. But stay safe, stay blessed, always be aware of your surroundings. If you ever feel uncomfortable doing something, just don't do it, especially if you cannot do it. If you don't have to do it, don't do it, man, because it's crazy. He kept asking him over and over again, over and over and over again. And I mean, that doesn't mean that he wouldn't have eventually had the gun with him, or something like that, but he tried to take him to an area where he knew, he could get him and maybe he won't be able to survive, so sheesh. All right, we out. Stay safe, stay blessed, man. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Shout out Brando. And the only way is up from here, man. Stay safe, stay blessed.
So I keep my eye tight. This what they been waiting for, but the wait is over. You better ask about Lil Snoop, bitch, I'm taking over. I put my city on my back like my polo.